Hi everybody. So today we're going to make my grandmother's cornbread, and we're going to use this old-fashioned cast iron skillet to make the cornbread. Notice the seasoning on the skillet. This is a well-used, well-loved skillet, and it makes the best crust on cornbread. Okay, so today to make our cornbread, we're going to use 2 cups of corn starch, 3/4 cup of flour, and 2 cups of buttermilk, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Right there. And then also, since I've been eating cornbread my whole life, I need to spice up the cornbread a little bit. So we're actually going to do my take on cornbread, which is more like a Mexican cornbread, and we're going to add some peppers. I've got some green, yellow, and red peppers that we're going to add to the cornmeal mix, and that'll just give it a little bit more flavor and a little bit more taste and actually help the cornbread stay a little moist. You ready to go? So we're going to start with the wet ingredients first. Let's add our buttermilk to the bowl. Good job. Now we're going to add the 2 eggs. You can just put it in the bowl. There you go. We've mixed in our wet ingredients. Now it's time to add the dry ingredients. So let's add our 3/4 cup of flour. Okay, now let's add our 2 cups of cornmeal. Okay, now we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Pour over your bowl. So you don't, there you go.
But remember what happened when we tried that last time?
There you go. Yeah, that's all we need right there. Good job. Okay, we'll add in 2 tablespoons of baking powder.
This is baking powder?
Mm-hmm, yep. That's good. That's 1 tablespoon. Go ahead and add that. And then add 1 more tablespoon. Good job. Stir that in. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Good job. All right. And stir that in. Add the peppers.
Green, yellow, red.
And stir. You can always just add a dash of buttermilk if it gets too hard to stir. So the secret to getting that nice crust on your cornbread is to pour the batter into a little bit of heated oil, just enough oil. You need just enough oil to coat your pan. I may have put just a dash too much of vegetable oil in my pan. So now I've just turned on the stove so my oil can heat up, and once it's heated up, I'll add the batter. So it takes a good 2 or 3 minutes for your oil to heat up for the temperature it needs to be, but a surefire way to tell if your oil is ready for your cornbread is to do what I call the water test. So I'm going to put just a little bit of water in my oil, and it crackled. So that means my oil is ready for my cornbread batter. And now we have a proper Southeastern Kentucky meal with our soup beans, cornbread, and cooked collard greens.